Alright, we're back for another track guide. This time at the Charlotte Roval, which is one of the weirdest tracks on the schedule. Also one of the toughest in the fixed set. Open set, not so much. This one is just not in the track, and it's really difficult. Anyways, that leads me into the keys of the race card. Just vocally again. You know, 1 tires as usual, because that's just the rule now. Important to keep them on here. Number 2, the track's quite bumpy everywhere, which can affect the car in a number of ways. Mostly curb exits, curb entries, and, well, this corner. So that's something to look out for. And number 3 is dive bombers, because it's a road course. You know, they can't help it, I guess. Nobody can be patient. Something to look out for, and I guess another one I'll cover in pit road. It's just the exit's a little weird. It's really all I can say about this track. Typical road course stuff. Use the curbs and, well, don't die. So let's get to pit road, then we'll talk about the lap and all that. Alright, there's our entry to pit road. The yellow cones, 40 miles per hour, all the way down. And we're not going straight this time. Your pit road speed limit, though, will end at these green cones. But we're going to make a little left here. Yeah, see them right there. There's a turn to the left, and that's where we still gotta go from pit exit. So we're gonna make a left. And our blue cone is right there, and I guess apologies for my poor editing there, but I didn't know how to do that with a static camera. Either way, there's your pit road. Onto the lap. Alright, here we are about to take our lap. Fix weather, fix setup. Only change I made to the scent was the steering ratio to a 12:1, brake bias to 64%, and I think the offset to 0. And that was pretty much it. So we'll just watch how this lap was done, then we'll break her down, I guess. So here we go. Alright, I'm just going to add what gear I'm in throughout the lap as it plays. So, yeah. Kind of forgot to mention that, so here we go. So we're in second, and we're going to stay in second all the way into the backstretch. Or NASCAR 1 and 2. So second. Second to third, and we're gonna redline it. Back down to second. Yeah, you can go to first, but I don't. So again, we're gonna go back to second to third, and again down to second gear here. Back down to second. There's your lap. Alright, so we're going to make our way into 1. I want to slow-mo it because we're looking at these 3 numbers here. And I'm braking pretty decently, between the 2 and 3. So basically here. Hard, but not too hard. And you're going to probably get the rear end a little unstable here. So I'm trail braking just enough till it rotates. And then I'm, aiming for that little edge of the curb. We're going to touch it, start getting on the throttle, play with it because it's really bumpy and the car's really, really on edge through here. Still second gear. And we're on the brakes pretty hard. Pretty much once this Bank of America is subliminally in your way. That makes sense if we just redo that because... Alright, this one's going to be a little tricky to give you a brake zone, so I'm looking on the left here once that's in contact of the guardrail with my A post. So right there, I'm on the brakes. And this one you gotta be on them just enough to get the car slowed. You don't wanna overdo it. Because, again, the car's on edge. You make this right-hander. Let it roll into that right-hander. Barely touch that white and red curb. Use some more brake to get the rest of the car slowed down. Let it roll again. Touch the white curb again. You're still in second gear, so power out. A lot of wheel spin here. Now here we're going to start our turn in. Right about what you see on screen. I don't really... You just have to kind of just watch this and kind of visually figure it out on your monitor and all your FOV settings and seat position. So I'm using the brake, has them pointed straight, but I already made the turn in. We're aiming for that white red curb again. Again, enough brake to slow it down because too much in the rear end is really on edge. Gonna let it roll until they get straight again. I'm gonna touch the brakes again. Enough to slow down the rest of the car. Barely get your left sides on that white blue line, the red white rumble strip, I guess. Honestly, I think it's just paint on this section, but it's all off camber, so it will not turn, but you'd kind of need that little bit of pushiness to get it to rotate enough, because you don't want it to rotate too much. So we're aiming for this red-white curb on the right. You should be letting it roll at this point. Once you touch the curb, get on the throttle a little bit. Too much throttle, and you'll probably spin it right here. And you're going to set up for this left-hander. Which, again, get close to the white curbs. Cut under this this white-blue line. As close to that blue cone as you can get. We're going to use the throttle to work our way through here. You can see how far below that I am. We're going to throttle up enough to get to the outside wall. Too much, and you'll smack the wall, and it counts as a 2X really easily. So I'm alongside this white-blue line already, and I'm making my turn into the next corner. So we're going to let it roll, and we're going to try to get as close to this inner curb, which you can't see right now because it's blocked by this. And that's where we're going to use the throttle to work our way through here. Again, cutting under this line. Try to get as straight a launch as you can. Like you see here, I used all the track and kind of overstepped just a little bit. Get as close to the white-blue line as you can. I just find it helps grip the car a little better. Now here we're going to run it out all the way in third gear. And we're going to be hard on the brakes of the 5. If not slightly before the 5. So we're going to downshift the second gear, probably around the 3. And we did. And try to brake as straight and hard as possible. Threshold braking. And here at the Charlotte logo on the right, that's when I'm starting my turn in to this first set of turtle red-white curves. So we're in second gear. You can go to first, but I've been using second. We're going to try to cut straight through this curb. That's when I got completely out of the brakes. And I touched the brakes again to get the rest of the car slowed down to set up for the right-hand curb. And that one's trickier, because if you get too much of it, it'll bounce you like crazy. And you'll almost eat this wall. So get as close to this wall as you can. Try to cut under this blue-white line again. Remember, we're still in second gear. Get a good launch through there. Gotta shift up to third. Now here things get a little tricky because the front end won't turn anymore. The rear is actually bottoming out at this point, I believe. But you want to stay right on this yellow-blue line until the end of it. See where it ended? Right here. That's when I'm getting hard on the brakes again. You're going to try to keep it as close to this pit barrel as you can. Get your left side tires just on the left side of this white-blue line. Anymore, it counts as a 1X. I downshifted already, back down to second. Hard on the brakes. Trail brakes, so you're letting off as you go in to this first chicane. Again, red-white curb. Turtles, hit them. Same with this next one with the left-hander. You want to just pretty much use all of it if you can. That sets you up. Now the car's bouncing, so you can't just stab on the gas. But we're going to try. We're in second gear, and that takes us to the line. Alright, so you'll get fast guys. Probably in the 19s, so don't be discouraged by that. Alright, that's it for this track guide. Hopefully it helped. Really tricky course with this fix set. It's just really on edge, so that's what we got to watch out for. And I'll be back at the next, I'd say, skillful track. And yeah, so sim racing should be saying.